Good evening and welcome to the Chrissy B Show. Now on tonight's programme, we'll be talking about things that you really don't need in your life that could even be stopping you from moving forward and reaching your goals. Now I have Jane Morris and also Sally Austen. Hello ladies. Hi. So nice to see you.
Great to see you too.
It's lovely seeing the place getting cleaned up like that, isn't it, guys?
Very relaxing.
You enjoy it, don't you?
I do.
I like the fact that it's someone else's mess.
Oh yeah, but yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes it must be quite hard. I mean, I can sort of help out a friend and family members, but I don't know if I could do that for other people. Now, I think there's some friends you can sort of stay friends with forever, but there's other people that maybe it's time to kind of just, you don't have anything in common anymore as well. What do you think about that?
Well, one of my favourite folk singers is a guy called Dougie MacLean, and in one of his songs he's got the lines, "I have moved and kept on moving, lost the friends I needed losing." And I thought that was nice, lost the friends I needed losing, that just time does change. And you've got the friends that will always be there, haven't you? And then you've got friends who are passing through. But I think kind of what links what you're talking about with, say, my work as a psychologist with people sort of perhaps whose problems have got more mental health leanings, is the oughts and the shoulds, isn't it? That you're sort of saying, you know, you feel maybe you should stay with that hobby because it's what the family do, or you want to stay in contact with these people because you always have. But these days you just end up meeting so many people that if you keep in contact with all of them, you will kind of drive yourself bonkers, won't you? And so finding ways of working out in your head, is this something I want to do? Is this something I just feel I should do? And there are some things you really should do, and you have to accept that responsibility and that you're part of a community. But there's other things you feel you should do, and it's just a weight, and it's got no rationality. And if you were to sort of take that bit of information and unpick it and say, is this true? Should I stay going to that folk club, or should I stay, you know, in contact with those people? And then some of the shoulds,
and if your assumption, questioning it, I suppose that says everything, doesn't it? If you're questioning it, because the people that you really want in your life, you wouldn't even think about dropping them from your life. So the fact that you're even thinking about it kind of shows, well, maybe it's time to kind of, and not feel bad about it. I think it's important not to feel guilty. But ladies, I'd like to talk now about getting new things. Now, on a final note now, about decluttering the mind. Tell us a bit about that, because you had an interesting thing that you were talking to us about in the green room before, didn't you?
I find that decluttering the mind, I feel a bit ambivalent about the term, because quite often people will say to me, for example, I want to stop worrying, or I want to stop thinking about my finances, or I want to stop thinking about my ex. But what they do in trying to stop thinking about it, they actually think about it more. So if I say to you guys, don't think about flowers, whatever you do, do not think about flowers, then the only thing you're going to think about is flowers. So if you're lying in bed with a worry about your finances and you're saying, don't think about finances, don't think about finances, you are completely filling your head. So obviously there's little strategies like writing the things down and then putting the list in the bedroom drawer so that it's acknowledged, it's recorded, but then it's away. But for me, what I would tend to recommend is filling your head with something else instead. And you could link that to the image board. So if you're lying in bed, you can't sleep because your head's full of worries about redundancy, start picturing what you would like to be doing instead of worrying about redundancy. And whether that's, you know, your dreams of travel or your dreams of a next job or just some happy memories. But what you really need to be doing is saying, what would I be doing instead? So if I'm not going to worry about this, what will I think about? I'll think about my learning the flute. I'll think about my children's fancy dress costume. So you replace it with something that you do want to think about. And I love that idea of an image board, because that fits sort of the way you describe it is of an energy and a spirituality almost. From my end, it's exactly the same actions, but we could explain it from a neurological point of view or a neuropsychological point of view. So if, for example, one of us starts dating a man with a yellow car, you go from thinking, there's so few yellow cars around, I'll easily spot him, to suddenly there's yellow cars everywhere. So once you've cued your attention system, it starts spotting them everywhere, and your vision is increased and you're ready to notice things. So if, for example, I said to you, oh, I would love to own a horse, on the way home, if I go past a sign that says horse to rent or borrow, I'm going to notice it. Whereas if I hadn't said that out loud, I would have gone on the train straight past that notice. So you're cueing your attention. So by letting yourself know, I would like that holiday, or I would like to feel excited, or I would like to own that car. And saying them out loud, you're cueing your attention. And so the moments when you're awake in the night because you've woken up, get yourself thinking about something nice. So,
and it's not to say that you're not going to deal with the issues, because you are going to deal with the problems, but at least you've got some goals, you're working towards something that's going to make you even want to deal with and get rid of any of the issues and the problems that you're going through. But ladies, we run out of time. There's so much to talk about. This stuff's so interesting, isn't it? But I really hope that's helped our viewers. Thank you so much, both of you were great as usual.
Thank you.
And I hope to see you again soon.
You're very welcome.
Do join us after the break, because we're going to be